discussing this problem. We were discussing this particular problem yesterday, isn't it? So where we encountered one last hinge to solve this problem, which value to take, whether to take the value of mu theta, which is regarded for the V belt pulley, or to take mu theta value, which is regarded for the flat belt pulley over which the V belt is mounted, which to take. So we will calculate, we have come to a conclusion at the end of our discussion that whichever the value would be less, we will calculate both the values. Whichever is less, we will pick that particular value. So we will calculate one by one today. Okay, shall we start? Shall we? Okay, so please calculate design stress. Already this has been calculated, so I'll just update the value of it. It is 1.33 Newton per mm square. Next, that is very important. See, since V belt, the V belt is mounted on the flat belt, okay, it would be something like this, isn't it? The V belt would be something like this. So it is on the flat belt. So while considering for the flat belt, will you take D plus T or just T if the thickness is given? Yes, please do involve in the discussion. This is very, very important. Okay. So while calculating the stuff for the flat belt, will you take only D or D plus T considering the thickness of the belt? Which one will you take? Only diameter will you take? Or if the thickness is given, whether you will consider thickness or not? That is my question. We have to consider both the things. If the thickness is given, definitely you have to consider the value of thickness, isn't it? So that's why, so just write the statement in general, the thickness of the flat belt is negligible when compared to the diameter of the pulley, but is not in the case of V belt. Hence, the pitch diameter of the V belt of the flat pulley is calculated by assuming that the pitch diameter is measured at the centroid of the belt section. See, you want the simplest statement of this whole paragraph? If you want, I will give it. Otherwise, you can take for the whole thing. Do you need a simpler form of the statement, whatever is written, or else you can take the whole statement, whatever is written here? Two options. If yes, then I would write that statement. Okay, so you can take this, either you can take it as simply, okay, for flat belt pulley considering thickness of V belt. So whichever is easier for you can write those. So it has a detailed explanation of the facts. I have just a simpler thing to mention in your answer sheet. For a flat belt pulley, you are considering the thickness of the V belt. How you are considering? By considering the centroid of the trapezoid. So hope there are masters of mechanics of machines here. I want you to calculate the centroid of the trapezoid. How many of you know how do I calculate the centroid of a trapezoid? Now, this is a trapezoidal section, isn't it? If I just zoom in here, so this is a trapezoid section. I want to calculate the centroid. Anyone knows the formula for this? How do I calculate the centroid? Anyone? Yes, ma'am. No one knows about it? Centroid of a trapezoidal section. Hey, how do you calculate a centroid of a rectangle? So these basic stuffs, you have to know it. How do you calculate the centroid of a rectangle whose height is h? Basic thing. Yes. How do you calculate the centroid of a rectangle whose height is h? Oi, that is for triangle 2h by 3 when the apex is at the top. Iron. Rectangle, simple rectangle, man. H by 2. Now, how do you calculate a centroid of a triangle with apex at the top when the total overall height is h? I want this distance. Oh, ಏನೋ ಗಿರೀಶ್ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ವೇನೋ ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಊಟ? ಗಿರೀಶ್
ಸಾರಿ ಸರ್.
ಎಂತದು ಅದು? ಏನೋ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದೀಯ ನೀನು?
ಚಿಪ್ಸ್.
ಎಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಉಂಟು ನಾವು ನೀ ಏನ್ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದೀಯ ಅಂತ. ಇದೇನಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಏನೋ ಗಿರೀಶ್ ಎಂತ ತಿಂತಾ ಇರೋದು ನೀನು? ನೀ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಂದ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡುವೆ ಈಗ. ಎಂತದ?
ಚಿಪ್ಸ್.
ಚಿಪ್ಸ್. ಬಗಲ ಒಂದು ಕೂಲ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ ಆರಾಮ್ ಹಾಸಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೇನೆಲ್ಲ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ. ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಮಾಡು. ಏನ್ ತಿಂದ್ರು ಏನ್ ಬಿಟ್ರು ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕೇರ್, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿಗ ಇದು ಹೈಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದು? ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಹೈಟ್ ಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತ್ಯಾ? How do you find out it? Please make it fast, guys. Hey, Girish. ನಿನ್ನಿಂದ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಗಿರೀಶ್ ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಎಸ್ ಆಮಿರ್, making 3 parts. Okay, simple man. From the base it is 1 by 3 times of h. From the apex it is how much? 2 by 3 of h. Okay. Now all of you open your design data handbooks. You have a formula to calculate a trapezoid. See, the greatness of this design data handbooks is even the basic level formulas are being given in your data handbook. Hopefully in the starting few 10 pages. Okay. Look into that and give me the formula so that I can calculate my centroid of a trapezoid. Can I get the formula of calculating centroid of a trapezoid? Meanwhile, I will just copy the figure. Now I want this particular distance. So use that particular formula and calculate your x. So how you calculate, it's left to you. You already learned this in design 1. Now it is design 2. So use the same formula to calculate x. How many of you got the formula? Please raise your hands. Let me see. If you don't get it, I will just give you the page numbers. 1.3 again, Gauss has been posted the message. You can look at it. It is 1.3a, page number 13. So use that particular formula to calculate the center distance. Okay. Hope you got the imagination of whatever I'm drawing. Yeah. So this is the belt which is running on the flat pulley. Okay. Ah, 13.88 ఎంత ಅದು ಮಿಥುನ್? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇದು ಅದೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ Okay, so how many of you got the imagination of what I am trying to do from the figure what I am drawn? Please raise your hands. How many of you got the imagination what I am trying to do? Please raise your hands. Let me check. How many of you got the imagination of what I am literally trying to do? Please raise your hands. None? First of all, mic on. Okay. Simple, guys. Idu flat pulley. Okay. This flat pulley mele nindu V belt ee tara kutide. So this is your V belt which is running on a flat pulley. Correct? This is the V belt which is running on a flat pulley like this. Now, what I am trying to make is, I am trying to calculate the pitch diameter of a flat pulley. So, if I want to calculate the pitch diameter of the flat pulley, I have to take the distance from centroid of a belt to centroid of a belt. So, this is your pitch diameter of a flat pulley from centroid to centroid. If I want to do so, what it accounts to? So this is my pitch dia. Okay. What it accounts to? It is diameter, one whole length diameter, and 2 times the centroid. And 2 times the centroid. So that is what I am trying to do. Now I have calculated the value of x. I know the diameter of the pulley. Now I will be in a position to calculate the pitch diameter of the flat pulley. Now at least did you get what I am trying to do? If yes, please raise your hands. Okay. That is the overall story what I am trying to do. Okay. So now you have calculated from basics. I'll just write from basics, man. Centered calculation kuda. From data handbook, using suitable formula. Don't worry, guys. Already the explanation for this is given in the next page. See, all these calculations are there. Do you require me to do this? Centered calculation kuda madbeka, tosleka. Yes or no? Please give me a message in the chat box. Do you require even the centroid calculations to be done? Ayyo Rama. Adintada. Okay. Fine. So this is my section. So I'll be picking that particular section. Copy. Paste. Okay. Data handbook illa. Just for future reference. Okay. Fine. No issue. We'll do it. So we have this formula. I'll just pick the reference figure. Copy. paste. So this is my reference figure, and the formula for which is this one, copy, paste. By correlating the stuff, then a formula. What is the formula in the data handbook? Can anyone give me the formula in the data handbook? I don't have a copy of it. How do I calculate the stuff? I want to calculate C. I want the formula for C. Is the figure same in the data handbook? Is the figure same in the data handbook? Okay. Give me the formula, man, to calculate the stuff. Anyone can read the formula, man? Switch on your mic and read the formula. Yes? Be louder.
3B, so it's in the chat box.
Okay. So it is 3B plus 2B naught into H divided by 3 into 2B plus B naught. Is the value correct? I mean, is the formula correct?
Yes, sir.
Then where is the value of B1 here? B1 has to be there, no, somewhere? Is the formula correct?
Yes, sir.
ತೊಂದರೆ ಮಾಡುವ. ಈಗ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಹೈಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಫಿಗರ್ಸ್ ಗೈಸ್. ಈ ಎರಡು ಫಿಗರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ಈ ಸೈಜ್ ಹೊಡೆಯುವ, ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಗಲಿ. ಈಗ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Now compare these two figures. Comparing, what is the value of H? Is it 25 mm? Correct? Now, what is the value of B? 20 mm. What is the value of B naught? Compare these two figures. Above is 40, below is 20. So 40 minus 20 is again 20. 20, 10. 20 ಅಲ್ಲ 10 ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 20 ನ 10 ನ?
20.
20. Okay, so this is B naught by 2. 10 ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ 20. ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಬಿ ನಾಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 20 ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರು. ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೆಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ? 10 ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ? 10 ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಬಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದೆ? 20 ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 plus 10 is 40, which is equal to 40 mm. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? So B naught is 20 over there. Now, fine. Now you substitute all the stuff, whatever you have done. So 3 times of 20 plus 2 times of 20 into H is 25 divided by 3 times of 2 times of B, again 20 plus 20. So by this, what is the value of C? What is the value of C? C is nothing but X here. 13.88. ಬಂತ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? ಈಗ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಪಿಚ್ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್. ಅದು ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಪಿಚ್ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಡಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? ಓಕೆ, now ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಿ now you paste here. Okay, from this what is the diameter of capital D ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 900 plus 2 times of 13.88. So this whatever you get is the diameter of pitch diameter of the flat pulley. Okay. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು pitch diameter? Okay, 927.76. Can I approximately take it as 930? 930 mm tawalla. It cannot be 927.76. I'll just move on to the next higher value, which is 930. Okay, fine. So once that is calculated, all the stuff is ready now. Okay. Pitch diameter is 930. Okay. Now, what you do? These are the diameters. Pitch diameters are. So thus, we can come to a conclusion that pitch diameters are small d, pitch diameter which is directly given for the V-build, which is 250. Capital D, you have converted a normal diameter into pitch diameter for the flat pulley, which is 930 mm. Now, you calculate angle of contact for the V-build. How much is this? Theta S for the V-build now. We will calculate separately for the flat build as well as for the V-build. Separately. Now, for the V-build. Time being for the V-build. Theta S okay, 2.46 rats. So 2.46 radians. So keep it as it is. Now, once 2.46 radians is being calculated, directly calculate the e to the power of mu theta. Directly calculate e to the power of mu theta, which is given by ಮತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನಾ ಕರ್ಮ ಬೇಡ ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷ. So what you do is, this is nothing but apparent men. Hope you got it. Mu, actually mu1 theta ಅಲ್ಲ, mu1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? mu1 is apparent. It is mu divided by sin of alpha divided by 2. ಅದನ್ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಹೊಸ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Otherwise, ಬೇಡ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಈಗ ಥೀಟಾ ಎಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ವಿ ಬೆಲ್ಟಿಗೆ. ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ mu1 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ mu1? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ mu divided by sin of alpha divided by 2. What is the value of mu? It is 0.2 divided by sine of alpha. Groove angle ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕಂಡ್ರ? Groove angle ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? 40
40
40 divided by 2. ಇದೆಷ್ಟು ಆಯ್ತು ಹೇಳಿ? μ1 0.58. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ 0.58. ಈಗ ನಾನು μ1 theta s ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೌದಾ? This is the value which I need to compare, isn't it? μ1 is what? 0.58 cross theta s value is to 2.46. ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? μ1 theta s $1.42. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೀಗೆ ಇಡಿ. Now you come for V belt calculation. Sorry, flat belt calculation. Flat belt ಗೆ theta L ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಿರಿ. Please give me the value of theta L. ಈಗ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ V belt ಎಂದು ಮುಗೀತು. ಈಗ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ μ1 theta s ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ μL theta L ಬೇಕು. Then I have to compare these two values. Theta L ಕೊಡಿ. ಇದರದ್ದು mu ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರಿ ಅದನ್ನ. ಸೊ mu into theta L ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ. 3.82 3.82 ರೇಡಿಯನ್ಸ್. mu ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟಿಗೆ?
ಸೇಮ್
0.2 okay, so 0.2, so 0.2 cross 3.82. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ mu into theta L ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತಂತ. $2.21 ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಉಂಟಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅದು? Because on what value only we have to decide which one to choose. Correct unta? 0.764. Correct agi helra. 0.764 sure? ಅಪರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು? ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಗಿರೀಶ್, ಅಪರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ಅಪರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ? ವಿ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ತದಾ? ಏನಾ? 0.764 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಉಂಟಾ? ಬಹಳ ಮಂದಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫೈನ್. ಈಗ ಫೈನಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್, ಈ ಎರಡು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ? ವಿಚ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಸ್ ಲೋವರ್? Which value is lower? Okay, good. So now write a conclusion statement comparing values of mu theta for both the pulleys. We have got mu into theta L, that is for the flat belt pulley to be a lower value, selecting the same for the calculation. Selecting the same for the calculation. Now it's up to you. Calculate the number of belts and give me the value. Okay, 2.57 is the one value which I've got. 2.57 or 2.5. So can I just write it as approximately 3 belts? Yes, the value is correct from the textbook point of view as well. Okay. Understood the problem? Everyone understood the problem? Okay. Everything was same as the previous problem except choosing the value of mu theta. Okay. Everything is else same. Okay. So yes, these are the few numerical type problems on the V-build. So I have already shared the design procedure with you for the V-builds. So from the next class, we will be undergoing or tackling the problems which are design oriented. Until now, everything was numerical oriented. Okay. So alphas, how do I recognize a problem to be a design oriented problem or whether it is a numerical oriented problem? How do I come to a conclusion? Alphas. Yes. How do I come to a conclusion that that particular problem is a numerical oriented or whether it is a design oriented? Okay, anyone could answer on this?
If there is calculator determined in question.
There would be mentioning of calculate, determine, find. Such terms would be used. You're seeing that terms, you have to come to a conclusion that it is a numerical oriented problem. So if there are the terms used, design, select, such kinds of words are used, then it is a design oriented problem. Okay. So if it is a design oriented problem, I told you every step in the design procedure has to be followed irrespective of whether it is being asked in the question or not. Okay. If it is a numerical oriented problem, you have to just, if you find out whatever is being asked, that's more than sufficient for them. But if it is a design oriented problem, you have to perform all the steps which I have given you in the form of design procedure. The design procedure has been made beautifully. You can have a look in your Google Classroom. Now, all of you can just mark your attendance in the Google Sheet, and we will continue some design oriented problems on the VBuilds. We will solve a couple of problems and end this particular module from the next class. Okay, till then, have a nice time.
Sir, Advik.
Hi. Sheet. Okay, I guess the sheet is not updated. You can just check if it is updated, already marked P, then you can relax. Okay,
It's actually already marked.
that's what. If it is already marked, no issue.